Okay, hello everyone. This is Yakini Heri from the Garden of the Sun, and today I'm going to take a moment to share with you all what I'm working on now and some of the things that I've been creating over the last month or few weeks or so, okay? So I was inspired to create a necklace, something very unique and different than what I've been making in a while. And so I started by taking one of these glass cabochons and beading around it so that I could encase it, as you see here. And then from there, I just continued to build up using different size beads. As you can see, I have here various size of beads that I've been using to build this. And I didn't know that I was going to make it this large. And I'm still not done yet because every time I make a round, it looks so beautiful and I just want to keep going. So at this point, I am right here. You see, the round that I'm making now includes these that I've put between here. And I also added these three little size 15 beads in the space that was between here and here. So I did that on this round. And here's the last one that I need to add in this round. So what I need to do is just pick up 16 beads. of these rainbow pink mauve kind of beads, and I'm actually creating what you see here. So I'm coming out of right here, and I'm gonna go in the same place on the other side. I'm only going through one bead so that you'll see it actually creates this kind of loop. And then I'm gonna go back through half of them, which is 8. So I picked up 16. Go through. And then I'm gonna pick up one of these little, this is a size 15 here as well. These that I just put on are 11s, so they're larger. The higher the number, the smaller the bead. And then I'm going in on the other side of the 16 beads, going through the other 8. And then I have to go through the first bead that I came out of on the other side over here. I have to go through one bead, so sometimes it gets a little tricky when you've gone through the beads so many times already. You have to find a way to get in and be careful that if you have gone through too many times, you don't want to break the bead. So you keep that in mind as you're going around. You want to reinforce it several times. So now already I'm going through here 3 times. And now I'm going to come out through one of the 8 beads so that now I'm set up to add the second layer, as you see here, of the 8 beads. And this is what is called a Picot Stitch. Not a Picot Stitch. This is a Picot that I'm making, but it's a peyote stitch that I'm using where you skip one bead and you go through the next bead. That's what I'm doing right now. Skip one, go through the next, and do that on all of the 16 beads. You pass through the middle one, the little small 15 in the middle. That is what is making it into a triangle when you, or what we call a picot, when you put the one bead in the center. Otherwise, it will look more like a round loop instead of a picot, which that could also go, but I'm using angles, right, to create this circle that I'm creating. It's a circle or a star, and it's also a mandala. It's a kind of graph that is expressing some type of energy that creates worlds. It's sacred geometry. So now I've completed this last round, and the last thing that I'm going to do, I believe I will stop at that point, is I'm going to go all the way around through all of here, connecting this picot with this one. So to reinforce it and make it nice and sturdy, right? And then I will decide how I'm going to continue building up this necklace with the rest of the beads that I have here. I have plenty, so I am going to, it's going to be really something very unique, okay? And I'm also going to see how I can use these. These are Ganesh elephants. How I can attach these to the necklace somehow. So we'll see that at the end because these are so beautiful. So this design has vibrations of love. You see, because we're using the colors pink and purple, we have a little red here. This is all dealing with love and passion as well. And it's actually a very sacred statement, which we will talk about that later. Okay. Because I started, after this, I added 14 beads. So this star kind of has 14 points, but as it got larger, I increased it to 21. So it has 21 points in the end. And this can keep going and going endlessly. I kind of got carried away with it. And so now let's go ahead and share some of the other things that I've been making, okay? While I was in Africa, I had said to you all that I was inspired to make a line of anklets, but it started with this. When I was inspired to make a line of anklets, I was working on this while I was in Africa. A very unique necklace too. It's angled. You see it, it looks like a triangle. And it's another star. This one is based off 6 points, a 6-point star. And I ended up making these amazing earrings to go with it, which is a layered 6-point star, also known as the Magen David or the Star of David. And I did it again to make an anklet. So here's where the line of anklets began. This is the first one that I made, and I used these golden findings. This kind of snap like this where you insert it like that. And this is an anklet. So this is the first one. And then the second anklet that I made is this one. It matches what I'm wearing. And this one I use snaps to to close it. So this one closes with snaps, and it has charms all on it. Let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 charms on here. And then I made this one. This one actually sings. It has bells on it, and it's a crown. It's based off the idea. It's a crown anklet, and I put a crown charm on that one. And this one I also use snaps to close it, but I made it where it closes in 2 ways. So there's one snap, and then there's also this little bead that hooks on there. And so when you walk, you will hear this. So lovely. Here it's starting to get cold, so you know, maybe only in the house, but I'm going to Africa, so I will be advertising this in Africa. And then I made another anklet with a larger, much larger golden clasp, and this one is a butterflies. You see, the whole idea is butterflies. Even the geometry in here, you look closely, it's also a butterfly. And so since butterflies was all on my mind, I was making that. This one ended up being a set. Has another little charm. This is an actual butterfly too, just like there, but I built up this part and I added the butterfly. And so you can wear this like this on your eye and hook it with that using a bobby pin or something like that. You can hang it off your hair, hook the hair inside, pull it through and wear it like that, or just carry this as a beautiful charm that represents transformation, right? And so you see, just a lot of sacred geometry was going on here. This star right here was given to me while I was making this set in Africa based off the 6-point star. A beautiful friend of mine came with a necklace with this star on it, and she gave it to me, and I thought, wow, right? But the necklace was made of a silver chain that kind of bothered my skin, so I decided to make this and make it like a pendant so I could wear it on a chain if I want, right? And do you see that beautiful geometry? When I finished making this, I discovered that it's called the vector equilibrium. Has to do with equilibrium, and this is also known as the seed of life. So this is a very important sacred geometric shape that explains the building of life. You see in the middle, it starts from 0, from nothingness, and it goes out from there into all the directions. And this, because I've added this part here on it, this, you can use it to pin it in your hair as well. So I like to wear things pinned in my hair sometimes too. And there's all kind of ways you could work with this to pin it in your hair, or do this, or use it as a keychain, or hang it on the wall as art. There's, you know, infinite ways you can go with the things that I make. Just like this. This could actually be like a coaster, or something that goes on the wall as well, right? Look at that, beautiful. So that is what has been going on here in the Garden of the Sun. So I hope you enjoy. You can put in your orders. You can visit me at gardenofthesun.info. So that's one word, and that's my website. There you can place orders, you can talk to me, and you can reach me on all of my other platforms too. This one, I think I'm going to upload it to YouTube, so you'll be able to see some more of my work. And if you're interested in learning, this is something that I teach. I've been doing for 15 years. So I'm open for you to contact me if you want to learn this as well, okay? So, thank you. Bye-bye. Talk to you soon. Mwah.